We're looking at 2 Kings 4 and extracting nuggets on our road to wealth creation. The emphasis is on acquiring wealth to facilitate a vision. Wealth is the carrier, it's the vehicle to your destination. A man focused on the car doesn't care much for the destination, but a man focused on the destination will get a vehicle for that destination. Wealth is that vehicle. It is not the end, it's the means to the end. The larger the car, the more it can carry. A small vehicle has a small load limit, with the opposite being very true. The larger the vehicle, the more it carries. Wealth creation is not about greed, it's about vision, as long as the main thing remains the main thing, with Yahweh at the center of it all. Elisha is the expert that sets a course correction in this widow's life. The widow had sold everything in an attempt to pay off the debt, until all she had was a little oil in a jar. They say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Change what you're doing. Talk to your Elisha, an expert. Elisha, after establishing what the woman had in her house, proceeds to advise her to borrow vessels from her neighbors, as many as she could. We straight away recognize 2 kinds of credit or debt. Debt that gets you in trouble and debt that gets you out of trouble. Good debts versus bad debts. The value of the oil in the jars would exceed the value of the borrowed jars. The asset value, that's the money generated from the sale of the oil in this case, should exceed the value of the liability, the value of the borrowed jars. Bad debt is when you borrow to enhance a lifestyle, keeping up with the Joneses, or when you rob Peter to pay Paul. Elisha then demands that the woman shut herself in and do some work. No magic pill here. Work, work, work. Hard work. The woman had to fill all her neighbor's spare bottles with this endless flow of oil. The Bible describes the quantity of these bottles as not too few. The miracle stopped when the work stopped. Advancement, growth ceases when the effort stops. Proverbs 6:10 says this: a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like an armed man. Elisha then focuses on a critical issue. No distractions. He says to her, shut the door behind you. You and your sons, or your team, your friends, your mastermind group, your family, your support group. We all need people around us to speak the same language, have the same concerns, because our focus sometimes becomes blurred, and people around us are able to help us refocus. Shutting the door behind us means not focusing on what everyone else is doing, not concerned about the car they drive, the restaurants they visit, the labels they wear, the houses they build. Shut the door behind you and pour the oil.